So let's see, it was like 18 minutes in for.
Alright, yeah, that's so much better. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I can read all the names. Holy crap. This is amazing.
I can't count the pixels anymore.
Oof. Like Augers. Deal with the widow and have a
And
bit
we
more.
can even adjust the volume. How about that?
I think we next been
Thing session and are we paused here again? Oh yeah,
Or whatever the fuck.
someone had the munchies.
Sorry.
I died.
What are we
Left
doing?
isn't as good of a
Bro, listen.
anymore.
I hear
Hi, puppy.
behind.
Wait, is somebody in? Not
If
in.
you guys, if you
I
guys
don't know
have,
where we are.
if
What
you
are we
guys don't
doing?
have anything like to follow up with a
Oh.
question or anything, I would prefer you
Go
guys
in-
mute your mic.
Go into the Discord
We're
chat and
in
go into
the-
Visor.
Got it.
Wait, go into the lobby?
The visor.
Visor. In Discord.
Did you click that last link that OK sent?
The private call that we're in right now.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, click that, join us, and then you'll see it.
Hug a
Alright, I'm gonna
tree.
move myself now.
Oh, I have to sign on. Awkward. I think I have an account. Give me 1 second, sorry. My munchies were primordial, okay?
Throwing.
Listen. Fight me.
Oh, we're chilling in chat. Just fucking around. Holy
Wait.
shit, there's 8 people
But
here.
like I said, once you guys are all in here, I prefer that you guys don't spam the chat or that you
Alright,
guys
last
mute
thing,
your mic
please.
unless you guys have a question when I'm not talking. Then I can follow up.
Okay, let's clear comms.
Raise, mute yourself, you fuck.
Or if you guys are just gonna sit there quietly.
No,
and
just
not
one
say
single
anything,
thing
you're
is
fine.
way more funny. I don't know why. Just look at this hot dog, fam.
Alright, let's get started here. Are we all in?
Just passing by.
I'm here. Present.
Well, as we said, like we pushed up here without our with Raze and our Lucio lacking behind. It's okay that our Lucio stayed behind. Our Ryan can actually speed up with everybody.
Diva,
Diva's
hello?
just letting herself be farmed. Arissa's half, Diva's half. Arissa's D-Mac.
Everyone's in the position that they need to be in. Like I said before, Fox is frontlining with Brig with the tank, so what he's doing, he's getting the most value out of the AoE healing he's doing when he does damage.
Mercy.
We could be running speed here, but it looks like you're crossfading over, so...
I got picked by the.
Mercy one. It's okay. We don't need you.
Zen.
Point.
You guys tunnel vision and go for the kills off of point when you guys could have, after you got the first pick on Orisa, you guys could have all dropped point and they couldn't step on point unless without having to feed yourself. So in turn, what you could have actually done with this fight, because you're running goat, so you're already holding a strong advantage on them, instead of running, instead of running all the way up here, you could actually funnel. This thing's actually pissing me off. You could funnel all the way down here under them, forcing them to rotate anyways, and you're already holding presence on point. Because the whole objective of the game's objective based. So your goal is to capture this point. You shouldn't be going for the kills up here. They'll come to you.
It was my call to go right because I figured I didn't want to waste all my shield going all through that bullshit. So
You would have
went
wasted your
shorter
shield
range.
more if you went to the left. If you guys went under right and funneled all the way under here, they would have had to rotate, and they probably would have gone to here. Gone to here and sat up there, and then dropped a point before the first tick. Because they're a lower team, they think that they need to drop and stop you from getting the first tick. So it would have been. So the whole point is to just get the objective. Worry about kills after. As long as you're getting the objective,
Letting herself
you're
be
doing your
farmed?
job.
Crispy right click, holy crap.
Diva, come back.
No.
Let me heal you. Let me get that ult charge.
I want the old charge.
They have Tracer now. Instead of, I have no idea who.
Okay,
They
hold
have
on, quick
Ryan
question.
instead of.
So when we're running a comp like that, as we're capping the first point, who should we leave behind on point, if anybody, to finish capping it while we push up and start getting more aggressive positioning?
You don't have to worry about that. Your whole goal is to capture this point. You shouldn't be worrying about the kills.
No,
Because they're
next
gonna
point. Like,
for next
so
point.
so like say we've won this fight and we know they're not going to contest this point again, right?
Yep.
Who do we leave on point while the rest of the team pushes up onto point B?
Well, it
Because-
caps out at 3. So what you could do is you could run your Rhine, your Brig, and your Lucio up with you if you really wanted. But you really shouldn't be doing that necessarily. This is 2C. This is
Oh,
a payload.
man.
You're not trying to capitalize the space between points. You're trying to capture the point.
Okay.
That was a crispy right click.
Visors lag a lot.
I want the all charge.
They have Tracer now. Instead of, I have no idea who. They have Ryan instead of.
New defense point.
Wanna go straight to
So
the
let's go left.
Top right, clear them off. Oh, okay. I was gonna say top right, clear them off because we
Wait,
excel
what?
in person.
See, here's where Raze is right. You guys go left, so you guys are going to go cap for point, and you're going to force them off the high ground.
In the main
Nothing
tank, clear
to
comms,
show
clear comms.
Let's go left. Let's go point and fuck him up. Come at us, you scrub lords.
I have a question, sir. Was I
Tracer-
in the right to dive the widow there? Because
No.
I feel like I'm the only. Oh, okay. Because I was like the only dive character.
There is no need to.
I mean,
Because there's a Widow sitting up there, and she's being pocketed by Mercy. Not only that, they have a Diva to go contest you.
Oh,
So
I
what they
didn't
did
realize
is they
they had
just...
Mercy.
This is a perfect example of a counter dive.
Okay, yeah, I saw. Yeah, I died immediately there. That's why I asked. I wasn't sure, but
Because you use all your mobility to get up there, and all Widow has to do is drop.
no, you're right. I was just wondering.
So...
Get Ryan. Get Ryan.
She's hurting me.
I'm eating that. Oh, nice stun.
Ooh, just soft dive on Lucio.
Alright,
Healing
well.
for healers. Healing for healers.
Zen.
Crystal's low.
Zen.
But you notice as soon as you all get off point, they're able to come back and take it. And that's why you guys lost this tick right here. You guys would have had it if you all sat on point. But 3 of you decide to run off point. Because if we go back and you notice how strong your point presence is when you do this, that they can't really step on point without being killed.
Tracer's behind.
Get Ryan. Get Ryan.
She's hurting me.
I'm eating that. Oh, nice stun.
Ooh, nice one.
See. So yeah, they have.
Alright,
Healing
well.
for healers. Healing for healers.
So 3 of you get off, and then this opens up the opportunity for their Zen, their Rhine, their baby Diva, and they already have a Mercy on point.
Yeah, it just kind of turned into like a
You
deathmatch scenario.
you guys forgot how to play the game basically. Like you guys got to realize, kills aren't the goal. It's this. And the best way to explain how 2CP works is like a game of Monopoly. What is the goal in Monopoly?
to have everything.
Yes, to have all the property,
Orange.
right? And still have a lot of money left over.
Right.
So the point here is your property. You're trying to buy this, and all your alts are money. So your goal is to spend the least amount of money and get the most amount of property, which is all these ticks over here.
Crystal's low.
Zen's one.
Ryan's one, nice.
So we kill Zen.
Widow back
Mercy,
right,
Mercy,
Widow back
Mercy,
right, Widow back right.
This should have been... That was unlucky because we didn't...
Yeah.
Yeah. Raze was already low. He was Pulse that brings him out. The fight.
Back out.
Widow back right, yeah. Yeah, we need
We automatically lose this fight because we don't have spawn
I
advantage.
mean, I
and we
tried to
don't have
dive
a
her,
mid
but
tank.
then she got...
I've got grab, so we'll just
Yeah,
push
like-
in and then I'll grab
Yo,
and we
yo.
can sustain.
Grab Diva Bomb?
Yeah, you're close enough, yeah.
Oh, do we need the Lucio anymore?
Yes, you're running goats. You're running goats. Why would you get off Lucio? What would you rather him go?
I would have seen a Zen just to try to contest the Widow a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it was so easy to get on
Contest
point.
Widow,
we were
like, there
always
was-
on the high ground.
You shouldn't worry about the Widow. They're sitting
you're-
up on high ground. Your goal is to capture this objective. Their win condition is killing this Moira or killing the Brig. But as long as those two are up, it doesn't matter about your Lucio. Your Lucio's there to close the distance before you take mass amount of damage. That's the whole point of Lucio and Goats.
And something else I'd like to point out from personal experience and seeing it in our games is that even if they have a hard carry DPS, their hard carry DPS can only hard carry when their team is there with them. So if you put a ton of pressure on the point and their team is forced to engage on you, you kill the rest of their team, all of a sudden, that sniper that was so scary is all of a sudden useless.
It's the same
Yes.
thing when you play in competitive Overwatch. You ignore the carry.
Because
So if your Widow's the
he's got
carry, you
Sunbird.
ignore it.
Oh,
You
okay,
force
yeah,
the
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Our original goal is still
Try
to
to
fight
use
on
it
point.
this fight, and otherwise just. Hold it.
Alright, push in.
Tracer,
go
Tracer
once
behind.
Path.
Okay, what?
We call out Tracer behind.
Okay, this
We're-
is where I got confused. I was like,
So we
are
have-
going on?
We have a Brig. We have a Moira. And what else do we have here? A Zarya.
Zarya.
Ignore the fucking Tracer. She's a mosquito. Just ignore her. All she's doing is zoning herself away from the fight. This is more in your advantage than anything. You should be ignoring her and just going with your team.
I was listening to callouts and I stayed behind because of it.
Oh, Tracer.
Push in.
Let him
We're
drop in. Let him.
Because you have a Brig. She's going to have to get close to the team anyway. So she's just going to forehead straight into a Brig if she gets close enough. So you shouldn't worry about it. She's just the fucking
Drop
pest.
in.
Then I got
Wait,
snipped.
wait, drop it.
So our Brig goes down.
Alright, you guys went in like when everyone
I was
turned
just so
around.
confused at that time.
Yeah, no, I was already.
I got bubble for one.
Back up, back up, back up.
I'm dead.
Alright,
You.
back out, back out, back.
We played passive and it lost this point.
Well, I mean, either way, there was gonna be like 3 people on the point.
They threw
That's a
Diva
regroup.
Bomb.
That's a
got
Yeah, we
Zarya.
already should have regrouped once we dropped the.
Actually, I wasn't sure about
Alright.
Like we called Tracer behind,
the
and you
impression
guys.
I have there is when the call was made that we should have backed out as soon as the Brig died. Was that the correct call, or should we have tried to fight it out anyway?
You guys' presence was on point, so it did like same concept when you're doing Monopoly, and like as I said with this metaphor over here,
All right.
this is money for you, and the longer you waiting for respawns, the more money you're just wasting. So it's like you sitting at home not paying rent. You're just basically sitting at home. You're not paying the rent, so you're losing property because you're not getting anything in return, right? You were already on points and you had the presence. This goes the same thing with Koth, King of the Hill. Your goal is that if you're going to lose the fight and you guys are determining that the fight is lost, lose the fight as quickly as possible. You don't
Kept
want to be
pushing
dragging
when it was
these
in a
out
situation
because
where we
you
should have
need the
punished the
advantage of
Tracer.
having time.
Alright, good to know. I'm about to get. Okay, wait. I have a question. Was there any way for me to leave here? Because I don't
No,
know if I
you
should have run
should've-
into their. and
You should
died.
have just straight up just foreheaded into them
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like I should have just run
because
into
you
them
end up
and died.
staggering here.
Should I stay?
Yeah, that's what I said. Literally, there was nothing else I could do
I was
except
pretty
for.
close to shielding her though.
Yeah, I almost bubbled her.
Should we
but-
go main? I think we should go main.
Back
Doesn't
up.
matter.
Not a mech, which would have been useless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way. She should have
Okay, so run into them next time. Got it.
We need to go either main or top
When
right.
the fight's
Back.
lost,
Yeah,
you
let's
need to
go
just
top
die
right,
as
top
quickly
right,
as
Not in
possible.
at all.
Make it easier by killing yourself and respawning with your team.
Okay, no, I get it. I get it. Thanks.
You're getting
I'm
hit,
completely
though, that's the
hidden.
thing.
Let's go
I'm-
top right.
Widow's there.
That's
Alright,
perfect.
well, I'll get
We're
on.
up.
Nice eat.
Oh, I ate it? I didn't even notice I'm here.
Suck all of it, you old shit.
Into the
First
Alright.
one.
Using after transgrab.
Yeah. Prepare for grab.
Okay, so we counter beat to fight trans.
Grab on point.
We hammer.
Grabbed on point.
I threw
Oh,
that.
that's their hammer, my bad.
I know.
Their Diva's
Where's
down.
Widow? Where's Widow?
We automatically win fight because they don't have a main tank.
Tracer's one on point. No recall.
Widow? Tracer.
Mercy, point, half.
We're
Mercy.
stepping off point. We're forgetting
side,
about the
half?
objective.
Yeah, that was my fault.
She's one. Thank you.
Widow top left.
We don't top left. We don't top
I
left.
have boosters.
But notice how strong your point presence is. Every time someone steps on point, they immediately die.
Yeah. We should just stay on point and let them wait come to us.
Zarya, or Diva.
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 This is why in the end,
Run,
staggering never
run.
wins you
Nice.
the point back.
Zen, left, Zen.
If they were smart, they
Tracer,
would have all
Tracer.
waited
Tracer behind.
until the last possible moment and jumped on his team.
Tracer, no
They'd
recall.
have a
Mercy.
much stronger time of coming back and taking the point.
Alright, we're not gonna talk about how long it took me to
Literally, I was looking at that the
Can
entire
we not talk about it? No, stop. We're not talking about it.
I mean, it stopped the widow from popping off, so it's
What's
fine. High ground, drop down, and and you can zap them on the point, and then you'll drop down and test for.
On defense. I didn't think that was the right.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck is playing? I know it's
Yeah,
playing.
Yeah,
What
right.
the
Me
fuck
too.
is
I was
playing?
confused.
I know it's playing. I'm watching a coaching video
A little bit,
from
drop,
another coach.
jump back out,
Because
and
he's a
then
garbage coach.
Alright.
and
you
wants
can
to-
be like here, you know.
Okay. What's happening?
My trap.
You're watching coaching.
While
I-
coaching us? What's happening?
No, you watch
Coachception.
coaches learn from other coaches. That's the only
No, I
way you
get
can
that.
learn. And I was why I clicked on a video to make sure I was uploading the right video, and I was also watching another video that was
Alright.
like
Oh,
a
nice.
coach that was coaching another team that I'm stepping into. Basically, seeing what I have to correct that he said.
Okay.
So we're running dive into this. I don't know why.
So the thought was that they were gonna run goats on us.
So your thought was that you guys were going to jump down, which jumping down and not using your cooldowns is another interpretation of soft diving.
Yeah.
Hard diving is when you use all your movement abilities to get to somebody. So that's the difference between a soft dive and a hard dive. So I can actually use those, because I tend to use that a lot. So your goal was the soft dive, which really wouldn't work for how you guys are spread out. It would end up being a hard dive.
Well, the idea wasn't to dive them like while they were pushing, but like while they're on point, soft dive from the high ground while like I
Oh.
just build ult.
Oh, we must have
And-
understood that for sure then.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was trying to, because
Not only
No one
that,
really knew
that's a
how to,
terrible
like-
idea with what you have. Because if you thought they were gonna run goats, you should already set up a crossfire. So basically, your widow should be here, your junkrat should be here, your tank should be positioned here. Because then widow will rotate to over here, onto what is called tanks, or tank. Your
Okay.
junkrat will be behind them, firing into them, and your tanks will be up here with your Zen shooting Discord.
Okay.
That way, they have to choose one thing to look at, and they're taking damage from all sides.
that makes sense.
That is the best way to beat goats, and that's why Pharah and Junk are such strong counters to goats, because Pharah's in the air, while Junk is just running willy-nilly all around them, and they have to look at Junk or they have to look at Pharah.
I like the willy nilly.
That's fine.
Or their team is even moving.
Yeah.
What would be much
I mean, the other
stronger
option would
here
be,
would
like,
be running
Treehouse or
Orisa
so.
Hog up on that island
I
right
don't
there.
think they're running dive anyways. We're fine.
Okay, up on island,
Trace-
right?
Orisa Hog and running like Junk Widow with what
Okay.
your healers are right now. That would be the strongest comp that you would have.
And you discorded.
Maybe left side?
That, or I would sub out, actually, I would sub out the Hog for a Diva, because hook range is garbage from here.
Okay.
It's absolutely fucking trash. That
So,
way you can
Orisa
soft
Diva.
dive, so when you guys rotate, Orisa can
Yeah.
sit up here until she absolutely needs to contest, and Diva can just jump down or soft dive and jump right back
Alright.
up.
Okay.
5 out of 6.
You're going left side?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're resing. Doesn't matter. They're still down.
There's a garbage bubble. There's no need for that. So with bubble raise, you have to think, how can you enable your team and how can you disable them? It's just your tanks down here, and actually it's still a garbage bubble actually. You have a Zen over here which you are disabling from discording you guys, which is good, but in the end this is a Winston here and a Diva here. Winston's gonna shoot through it. You're not really disabling anybody, and whatever Diva's gonna shoot into this, Diva will just DM. And then you have a Mercy here. So in the end, you're just feeding them ult charge.
But in the
Not only that, they're rezzing the Tracer.
Alright.
it doesn't even matter.
Down one.
Tell me when you're disengaging
Winston
so I know.
discorded.
Tracer's up
Tracer going up
left.
top.
We're spending...
Yeah.
I know you have jump. I don't know why you guys aren't jumping out yet. You should be jumping out already. As soon as your bow
I was
went down,
waiting
you
for
should be
him to
jumping.
do it, but
Well, I guess I was just trying to get a pick there.
Oh, they
yeah, no,
made-
you're fine. I'm saying.
Oh, I whiffed twice.
Winston is
Winston
low.
real low.
I'm out of here.
Winston,
I'm out of here.
Rico?
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So you guys, so when you peeled back raise, it was coincidence, but I don't know if it was coincidence actually, but the D.Va was already diving up here going towards Widow, and she saw you guys diving and immediately canceled her thrusters and peeled back. Because she thinks that you're counter diving.
Well,
Oh,
Tracer
lit.
got me anyway.
Yeah, totally on
Tracer,
purpose.
Tracer backline on the
Tracer,
deck.
Tracer.
Holy shit.
I can.
There you go. That's a good counter dive. You guys, you called out the Tracer that was on your healer, and you all peeled back straight for your healers.
He still died though.
I mean, we just gotta be quicker.
You
about
still
it,
died, but you called it out. You
It
just got to
was-
be quicker.
No,
Yeah.
it was my fuck up because I saw the
Okay, don't be quicker,
Tracer
Devin.
earlier. She blinks like I was fighting her in that broken lab, but then she blinked out the stairs. But I didn't see her double back, so she got the free pick on Fox, and then she like munted fatigue.
Yeah, she,
Like-
So that was
one-clipped
like
both
my
of
bad
us,
on the
so
like
that was-
initial call out was super late because I thought she'd left.
Like as
Oh, okay.
healers,
She
if you
doubled
think
back.
you're being dived or you have someone on it, you need to say it, because that is the only way you're gonna win that. You're gonna be saved is if you say anything. That's the only way. You guys said something here, so everyone came back. Tracer's dead. Congratulations, you peeled properly. Too bad it was too late
Okay.
because
My
you lost
bad.
your son.
You gotta be quick.
I can VM you while you. Oh, you already rested.
Nope, then I get
Yeah, I'm
myself
already dead.
They
Sorry,
have
I
a
was
widow?
chewing.
again.
Winston.
It just
Our Fox.
bomb rushed me. I couldn't do anything.
As soon as you see that Winston jump, because I'm pretty sure he was in your scopes, wasn't he?
He was. I was
Right, as
trying
soon
to
as
snipe
you
him out of
see-
the air.
As soon as you see Winston jumping, like, very few Widows will go for the shot on the Winston if they're jumping on them. Flower being one of the very few people that do. Like, even Alex doesn't even do it. Who's the
I
hit
don't know,
scan on my
there's-
team, on Ram
I
Race.
usually
So
I don't know, I put a
basically,
little-
unscope and drop. Because
fire.
then your tanks can immediately counter dive on them. Then
Right.
your Mercy can drop and get to you.
So for me, I usually have in most cases I agree with you, but in some cases, if I'm actually like at the top of my game, which doesn't happen a whole lot, I'll legitimately think through the scenario like, okay, I can take the hit from this Winston long enough for me to actually get this shot off, and my team is close enough by so that I can get the peel and the free ult charge and all this stuff off. It's just about knowing when you can and can't do that.
But you're risking something that is just a little too valuable.
I mean, at that
Like-
point, I guess I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I think essentially just think
You
about
gotta
when
realize
when
it's a fast-paced game. It's easier to go for what's the safe decision that you always know is going to be right, and come out of it saved and be more helpful in the fight.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying there.
The game's too fast-paced to think about that constantly. So we're counter diving, which is good.
Winston.
I'm getting destroyed by Widow. Holy crap.
Where is she at?
Way
Mercy's
back.
low.
I'm gonna come up Genji
No. I'm
just
dead.
so I can contest her.
What am I doing here, dude?
Where were you?
What the
I need to
fuck?
see this. Why are you over here? You should be playing behind this wall or behind this wall, depending on where your tanks are. Like, and especially, we also
I have
said
a
there's
widow.
a widow. Yeah, you're
Winston,
running back and
Winston.
forth
Our
between
Fox.
these. You gotta realize your beam goes out like 30 meters. Like, that's how long it stays connected. Past that point, it disconnects.
Winston.
I'm getting destroyed by Widow. Holy crap.
Where is she at?
So we
Uh,
take
Way
Viva out of
back.
it.
I'm gonna come up Genji
We dive back to
just
dead.
so I can contest her.
the middle of the balcony.
lost that on
Get a
this.
point, get a point.
We can run just like
What was over here that you were going for, Riz?
My life, fam.
Oh,
My
I see.
life.
Okay. Never mind. You're fine. I didn't see this. Okay.
Also, one thing.
Oh, look at the top right. Holy crap.
anti-dive.
So the thing that I would say
Are we still fighting this?
But if
is
you,
Oh, go ahead.
if you think if you at this point, we already kind of established after Mercy got picked that the fight was lost because we did a tank trade.
I'm getting destroyed by
Our
Widow.
Widow's dead. Our Junkrat's
Holy
dead.
crap.
Where is she at?
Way
Mercy's
back.
low.
I'm gonna come up Genji
No.
Our Mercy
so I
gets
can
picked.
contest her. Okay, well, we lost that.
You're already low. I don't know what this Mercy was doing. She could have literally hit you and you.
Yeah, I don't know why I went in there. I'm just glad I didn't use ult because I had a moment where I was like, "Oh, just use ult and get mech back."
And
then I was
we're
like, wait.
contesting point, so we already know that the game's like this point's
Yeah.
lost.
That was my
Because
bad.
I know
forgot.
you guys because I did this too. Like when I was like gold, like you see things in the kill feed, you're like, ooh, colors, and you look at it. Like I know you guys are doing it. So we should determine that this fight's lost, and we should just feed at this point. You're really not going to give them much ult charge at that point, Riz.
So
But I'm
Get a
gonna-
point,
But
get a
to
point.
my
we can
healers,
run just like
maybe.
anti-dive.
I don't personally agree with the
I'm gonna
swap stick
let-
Genji there, especially with the Junkrat having 70% on tire. What was your opinion on that?
That's a little bit.
I think Genji's just ass on defense.
Okay.
I mean, my thing was that like
Personally, at this point, like, there's always like the 2-minute rule. So if you ever get down to first point, like whenever you hit the 2-minute mark in something, this is the alright, if we die right here, what do we switch to? Like usually at 2 minutes 30 seconds. Obviously there's more time in the game that's going to be added on, but like for payload, let's say on attack, they're what they call the 2-minute rule. So 2.5 minutes, you go,
Charge up ult.
what do we want to swap to? What are we going to swap to? Because this isn't working. Because you guys are just heading into it and keep losing the fight. Because at 2 minutes, you can swap off and still have enough time for you to gain ults, like Fox said. So personally, I would go to double snipers here and Ryan Zarya. But you
Yeah.
could run dive with this. But
My-
you have to position yourself in a very peculiar position for dive.
Stop it.
This fucking tracer.
my thing was like as junk, I
Yeah.
wasn't feeling super
Yeah, well, this count is
effective.
not
Besides a
gonna stop
lucky
Tracer,
pick
so-
on the
I'll
tracer
have to
with the
check something
trap.
out on him.
Oh, I'm getting rid of
Alright. With this, you guys are running dive. Do you know where you have to run dive?
the
I
balcony beam.
The
Oh,
balcony
really?
beam. Yeah,
Oh,
right up
okay.
here.
I didn't
You
know
have to
that.
sit up here. The reason, you know why that is?
We can
Because
drop
then you
on
can
them.
soft drive and then hard dive if we need to, if someone's really out of position.
You can soft dive onto them here, or here, depending on where the beam is. Most of it, because it's such a slow moving beam, usually people go up here. So you're always going to be able to soft dive here. Not
Yeah, I was
only
fucking
that,
blocking
your map control is so big, this whole area is now yours. And they have to
Okay.
think either... Actually, this whole little balcony becomes yours as well, actually. So now they have to think, alright, our only real safe option
Is main.
is over here.
Alright, okay.
Is full right side for defender. So they're going to start funneling in here, which is just going to be spam galore. So you could literally just go to a spam comp. And you'd win fight every time. The reason Hanzo would be a better pick is because of the
careful, another
dragon. You could bait out
Get
Transcend.
you, get you,
I
get out.
can't. Yeah, I can't. I was
I don't know what this bubble is.
like, I got rezzed right in front of 4 of them. It was to try to peel for me.
I can't.
Call
We're not calling
targets. We're really
targets.
quiet.
Diva, diva, diva,
There
diva,
we go.
diva,
He's calling targets.
Winston's on me.
diva, 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 diva,
Winston's
As soon
diva.
as we
on
start
point.
calling
Winston's
targets,
on
stuff
Alright, I'm gonna
died.
get there and just...
I'm contesting. Tracer, no recall?
We're going back.
That was a bad bomb.
This was a garbage fucking train.
I know, I just... Oh, the trans are ours. Oh, I might be... My
Your
bomb was
bombs, the bomb could be better, but
The
it's
bomb could have waited.
but it's
That's-
fine because in the end, if it gets either of these, Transcendence isn't gonna heal through that.
It didn't, though. They
Yeah.
both got...
Also,
either
Tiki,
way-
you got on point way too early. You gotta realize you don't have to stop them from getting that first tick. You have to stop them from getting that third tick.
Damn, that was deep as fuck.
Also, something else that I would add there is even though it may like you may not have gotten any kills with it, it took them off point, giving
That's
regain.
But
Yeah,
does
it-
it take
Oh,
them
it
off
gave me
point?
plen-
Let's
it gave me
actually
plenty of
watch.
space.
Let's
It
see
gave
if
me
it.
plenty
Let's
of
see what
space.
Diva Bomb actually does here.
It did nothing.
It did nothing.
So
but
they
it
all
gave
get
me
off
so
point.
much space.
All right, so we were able to hop on with Winston Primal, which I don't know if we did. We say we were gonna go in with Primal, or did we?
I-
No, it
Call
was a
targets,
survival
we're really
from
quiet.
Diva, 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 diva.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Winston's on me.
Diva, 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 diva,
Winston's
diva.
on point. Winston's
let's
on
go.
point.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, because he
All right,
committed to
so-
the
I'm
widow
gonna
and
get
the
there and
Zen.
just... I think it could have
contesting.
waited.
Tracer, no recall?
He didn't
Like, I
know
still-
his Primal was fair.
Oh, no.
Because
okay.
he didn't know if his healers are going to be there. But he could have actually held on to it. Because, like, again, they don't even have a tick yet.
Okay.
Right.
In the end race, you could have just died up there. And, well, if Tiki waited for his team, Ziva and Tiki both could have jumped on point. You could have been res, and you could have jumped on and primaled if you needed.
Okay. Yeah.
Played like a Juki move. Coming up, man. Nice. Good swap. Probably shouldn't use
I'm on Widow. I'm on Widow.
This was a garbage trans fatigue. What were you thinking? Were you about
No,
to
they
die?
He got
The-
dove on by the truck, and
Oh,
so
wait,
I
go
think
back.
he
Let me see
popped
that
to
again.
live.
Let me go back and let me see that again.
Because
so I
when
can-
they went to dodge the trance, like they Winston.
You have
swap.
no one
Oh,
on
yeah.
you. You're
Probably
taking.
shouldn't
I'm on Widow.
You took specks of damage, and your mercy's right here. You pretty much won this fight because your whole team's back, and they only have 3 people. They have a Zen, a Winston, and a Tracer.
And
So-
I
Go back to my health before I trance then.
You literally got the Winston tickled you.
I
The
don't
one
think
thing
it's
I will
accurate.
say,
No, I had
though-
the tracer on me.
Nice. Good swap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The one
you
thing
got
I'll
tickled.
say is like he doesn't really have anything to save ult for besides like health replenishment. Like he doesn't have to
Or
counter any
when
of their ults.
someone-
It doesn't matter. It was still a garbage fucking
I'm not
trans.
saying it's not, but at least in like the big scope of thing, that we weren't worried about like a grav or a blade or
Even
know, a
still,
tech
I'm just,
visor.
So like, if you know the fight's won at this point, and if you're gonna die, just die.
That's fine.
Because Mercy hasn't rezzed. Because in
Can you
high
review
in
again?
any good team that has a Zen and Mercy, if you have trans, the Zen will die and then they'll win team fight and they'll just res them. Any good team will do that. That's something you should get in the habit too. If you guys know you can win the fight, just die.
Okay.
There's no need to trans to save yourself
Yeah,
fatigue.
we just need to call it
I'm
out.
on Widow. I'm on Widow.
Okay, Widow's down.
Widow's dead.
Winston.
Zen.
Okay, yeah, we
Zen,
called
Zen.
2 Yeah, we
Zen,
killed
Zen,
2
Zen.
different targets there.
Sunset. Alright,
Oh,
Winston
Oh,
ulted.
it's solo Winston.
Winston.
what a waste. What a waste. What a waste.
What are we gonna do?
So that's just a battery for you
Alright,
guys.
give us main.
Let's get high ground.
Let's go top, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Guys,
didn't
we're
pop off.
not,
they're holding by
we're not
pipes.
helping anyone here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I tried to get on the
That's-
platform and I completely
Yeah, like
fucking
this
disappeared.
is this is a bad spot because if they decide to switch off to Ryan, Zarya, or they wanted to go goats and they went up here, and if they notice Raze immediately, Raze is fucked because he's in a corner first of all.
Watch how many times I fuck up climbing this platform.
Ew.
It's already been one.
Oh, don't worry. I bought it out
2.
here.
I don't feel like
3.
we're
Yeah, that's true. We didn't kill
4.
Ryan. We'll work on that. Ooh.
Where's
Okay,
Don't worry
Widow?
about that. I bought it
Tracer's
out
in, right?
heavily.
No, no, no.
coming right.
no, no.
Coming right.
Alright, coming with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, right?
What
Yeah.
the?
Such a weird diva bomb.
What?
from them.
no. This whole thing, I was watching this too, and I'm like, the fuck is everybody doing?
Yeah.
Both
No.
And we waste Bubble here. Bubble's too good of a cooldown to waste, Raze. I mean, with how long of a cooldown it is, it's too good of a cooldown just to use like that.
It's
Tracer down.
That's main, that's main, I jumped into that! Oh my god.
Widow?
Diva, 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 diva,
Diva,
diva.
diva.
Mercy.
Mercy. I'm with you.
Mercy.
Maybe just one? I'm getting bodied. Holy
Zen,
shit.
Zen.
Call Widow, call Widow.
I'm out of mag.
Goes
Widow's
right,
back,
right.
right?
Yeah, right. Back. But wait a
Back
minute.
right.
I'm so low, man.
Don't give up a tick here, don't give up a tick. Contest.
Nice.
God damn it! Widow's one back right. She's up top platform.
Got her.
Oh, fuck me
This is
right.
just really sloppy to watch.
Tracer.
You guys are a lower tier team, so
That's okay.
I shouldn't expect
Like,
not
that.
I
good.
Like, it's
literally
fine.
just jumped the tree.
It just kind of
Wanna
looks
play
like a
this next
comp
fight
game.
and swap to McCreary. They have walls.
Diva.
Diva.
10.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys all have headphones plugged in, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Especially Iza, considering you're the farthest one out of the fight. Did anybody notice what happened here?
yeah, I did.
What is it?
I mean, you're not playing.
Then swap to McCreary.
Oh
They have
yeah.
walls
Diva,
and-
Diva,
Oh,
Diva,
pop-
Diva,
pop-
Tracer.
pop-
Popped sights.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sights was popped.
No, Tracer went
Sights
to-
was popped, but
was popped.
Tracer triple blinked
Yeah,
across
Tracer
this.
went like, yeah. So, was that on Iza to call? Because we were like in the
It's-
middle of fight, so it was.
Like,
a
I
little
get that
I
you're
was-
all in the middle of a fight, but like if you hear something, like you don't have a Tracer on your team. You obviously heard Tracer blink across on your left.
Okay.
Like try to be like, hey, Tracer on the left. Obviously you don't see her, but you've heard her, so now you can kind of gauge that she's either behind you or she's back with their
Okay.
team.
That's on or something.
Fair.
Yeah. Like, especially because you have a Zen in the back
Widow's on-
back
oh,
line.
she
So
actually
what is the
went for-
first goal
she
that
actually
Tracer's
went
got to do?
Winston on his own.
She went for me, but I ended up surviving.
Winston on his own again.
What's it one? What's it one? What's it one? What am I?
We should have saved that prime.
Zen dead.
Dead.
Diva.
Diva's half. Diva's one.
Winston's wasting his fucking ultimate on me in the back right.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Maybe Diva's
Winston,
one.
Winston.
Zen got res. Zen's half.
Tracer on our healer.
We don't top left. We don't top left.
I'm gonna.
I'll double in a second. I don't have.
She's
I don't
dead.
have
Healing well.
Mercy.
Mercy. Mercy on point. Mercy.
No, it took us so. We didn't. I can't
Alright.
believe we didn't kill her.
Ziva, I just noticed what you did here. Do you notice what you did
No.
when you were going after that Mercy?
What did I do?
You hard over, but you didn't. You hard over, not soft over. You know what that means?
I used my boosters for like no reason.
You moved your buster. You moved your boosters to go after her, and you know more importantly, where'd you go? Down. Do you need your boosters to go down?
No.
There you go.
I kept. Well, I just literally won. We didn't kill her. That was probably my fault.
I lost track of her.
No one can aim.
Like,
ended up killing
boost-
her. Literally, like,
boosters
I
do
did it
more
right.
damage
Oh,
when
okay.
they're when they're hitting someone. Like they do as much as a melee, I believe, or maybe a little bit
Okay.
more.
Tell me where you're at.
But
Near you.
there's so many people there. She's gonna die.
We killed her in the end. I just didn't realize that we did. So, no. Yeah, just wait here. Let him come to you. What else are they gonna have?
They're probably gonna have pulse bomb. They're probably gonna have belt.
Hey, side note, Fox, you probably should have kept on hard scoping there.
I wouldn't.
Like-
I wouldn't recommend.
Honestly,
peeking
I'm not
there.
really worried about.
That's such a bad
Widow
spot to
because
peek.
I don't know.
Yeah,
My
I know.
thing
There's
would be
no escapability if he gets dove here, because they could just hard dive him and kill him and not worry about the fact that they hard dove him. Because in the end, are you guys really gonna go all the way around just to save him?
No.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
How could they dive him though? There's a fucking doorway.
I'm just saying, like, if he stayed here, because
Oh,
Bear's
yeah,
saying
honest-
that
he's
Foxy
like-
would
honest,
have
There,
I
yeah.
Foxy would have been better off in that left side doorway, peeking over there, because then
be
you can
honest,
grapple back up to
I
the
think
left side
that's
high
I
ground.
think that's where he does end up going. But that probably is the position he should have taken initially.
The only reason I took this position was because I seen
'Cause
the
you guys
Widow
were
and I wanted
chasing
to get
down,
a cheeky
yes.
pick. I wanted to get a cheeky pick as well. And I was just like, man, this is probably a bad spot.
Okay.
But I'm not really too worried about it because I'm not a Widow for the team.
Charge my healer's ult.
Winston.
Okay, here, this is a good bubble right here. This is a neutral fight. So what this means is, like, no matter who wins this fight, like, it's an even playing ground. So with this bubble, you stop them from firing off their Widow in here, which she's already dead. I don't think she was even positioned up here to begin with. You stopped your Diva from being able to fire in here. You opened up the area for your McCree to peek, your Zen to peek, and Discord. So, like, this is a good bubble. Not only that, you're keeping yourself alive. You're, like, enabling your team to do, like, two things while you're opening space for yourself, and you're disabling two of their players.
Tracer, right side.
Alright.
Because Zen couldn't Discord down there either.
That was a shitty spot as Widow.
I don't know why you moved up here, but I saw what you were doing. You were trying to drop, so you're doing the right thing. You just died early.
Okay, well, my thing there is I don't agree with even grappling up to that close range with the fight.
I didn't say that he should. I said him grappling up there was bad, but he did the right thing trying to drop. He just died.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
because
going
the
to
only
the-
reason I wanted to grapple up there was to have some room to shoot, but I didn't realize they were that close.
Nice, you. Back to high ground.
Got it.
This Tracer should be trying to pulse bomb him soon.
I'll try to eat it, but she'll know better than putting.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was like, yeah, I don't mean to do this.
I
just
joined
wa-
the group anyway.
Trust the bubble.
Trust the bubble and then you die.
Yeah, it protected the other players. I died.
I think that was a timing issue right there. I think
Yeah.
you totally thought that was gonna.
Fucking cracked me up. Trust the bubble. Dies.
Widow's top right. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, I was just trying to remind you to use sights to force up their sights, but they use
I
sights in
didn't
the
see
middle.
that message.
She's not even full health.
Oh, because we're not friends.
I ignored
Oh.
I was like, I've never seen that message.
Focus in. Focus in. All right.
There's a garbage fucking trans from them.
Focus on the...
Oh man.
And their Winston jumps off point.
Dead, top left.
That's a good primal.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Hainu, and I was like, no, that was Dookie.
Mercy's low.
Well, I mean, the Heinen's just. Yeah.
Special no rewind.
One thing I do not have to note is that okay. First off, I'm popping off. Second off, their Winston was fucking.
I don't know why you left the fight to go back up to that spot, Raze. We're still fighting.
He was
this
going
Diva
after the
down here.
Widow.
Yeah.
The amount of times
Yeah,
Diva
but
and I got each other out of mech at the exact same time was hilarious.
Yeah, like there's still a Winston in here. I don't know what.
Yeah, he's been diving me the entire game. He left it his entire team.
Yeah, no. When you guys see that Winston's diving the Widow, you guys should all just turn around and dive him.
Okay.
Fox, I was watching Fox. You spent way too long before you even called it out.
Yeah, I know.
Like you were
Gotta
like
yell it,
you were
like, right
like
away.
one hit away from Primal, and you're like Winston's on me with Primal after he's like smacked you 4 times.
I'm gonna be honest. I was tilted. I'm not gonna say why I was, but I was slightly tilted.
That's fair. That's okay.
Because you guys know I would have been like, I'm not gonna do it now.
I had bomb at that point, so I didn't want to switch. But I have ultra for my. I like literally had it. That's why.
I mean, unless you think you can get it quick enough, but.
I think I can.
Widow's bottom. That's a shitty spot.
Lower right. Lower
Wait,
Right side, right side, right side.
Yeah, lower.
I'm pause it real quick. I didn't hear anybody here call that they were going right.
They did.
I called
You
it.
guys were
Right
calling
there.
it
Yeah, someone called
I
it.
literally said right.
You guys were calling
Yeah.
it right there. You guys were all
Okay.
up here anyway, so why would it matter?
We called it.
You guys ended up calling right.
Yeah, I was
so
on high ground.
they're making a hard dive right now. They're committing to it.
And he
Alright.
fucked up his bubble.
Winston.
Sons? He's really hurt. Holy
He's
crap.
one, yeah.
Widow bottom.
Alright, I got it.
That was fucking.
Ooh, big
great.
flank here.
Bomb. I literally had it.
Just use it to sustain if we need to.
She's hurting.
In this scenario, Raze, don't jump up here to get away. Jump to your mercy.
I didn't know where she was.
Good idea.
If we need to make it a little bit more easy when you guys go into custom games, I want you and Iza to put each other in a group. You know, like how you join group. You will stay in your group in custom games. That way your little pylons over your head will be green, so you can just look for the green and jump to it.
I'm colorblind. I don't see those.
He thinks the enemy mercy is his.
Oh,
Pretty much what's going on. But for
I
real,
don't-
if people are low and
I don't know
I
if
have
there's
people in my
I know
group,
there's a setting for colorblind, but I don't know if it helps you at all. So.
No,
it's
Dookie.
completely awful.
Yeah,
It's
they're
Dookie.
I know it's fucking trash. That's all I know.
Absolutely Dookie.
They need to come with a better colorblind.
Widow's dead?
I'm
Why'd you?
They bubbled that
Why'd
well.
you bomb here?
Because I lost my mech.
Did you D-Mac and bomb here, or were you low
Yeah,
on mech
no, I
and then
D-Mac,
decided to
D-Mac.
bomb?
I D-mech for sure. Unless I
Fight's pretty lost. I think it would have been best.
Well, that's
just to
what we
forehand
were-
into it. Because if you
Did I?
died with Mercy, you would have. You guys
see it,
could
let me
have all
see it, let me
came
see
out
it.
with.
Get the point on my
Getting
train.
trans.
I'm on point. I need help. Oh, I'm literally
I don't know why this Zen's
Yeah.
transing. It's a garbage trans.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try to.
That trans is pretty bad too, Fatigue. I'm not gonna lie. You get like again, they're just capturing this tick. We probably could have gotten out with our Widow, maybe if we waited a little bit longer. We could have waited like 3 seconds longer.
gonna res. No, I'm not gonna res.
Because your spawns are so important here.
Target.
Zen's one. Zen. Winston. Where's Winston?
I don't think it was that bad of a trance. I didn't die after it, so.
No, you didn't die after it, but you guys would have had a lot stronger point presence, and
He's
you would have
tearing
cleaned
us
up
all
the fight a
assholes.
little.
It's okay.
Like I'm gonna tear all of your guys' assholes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you every little thing.
This being said,
The-
a lot
the
of that is
reason-
with hindsight,
Like
knowing
the reason
that they
they
didn't
lost
have more
this.
burst.
The reason they
If you
lost
had
this because
died
they
with-
forgot how the game's played. And how's the game played?
On the point.
Objective.
There you go.
But
They all got
if
off
they-
objective.
My thing is he didn't have to risk it. We were in the last fight. Yes, he could have waited longer, but if he died with it, then we could have lost that fight.
I think
We
in
could've,
hindsight, yes,
but
you
we
could have held
could-
it. But I think in the moment, using it there is fine. But I see what you're saying.
Because trans is such a useful ult, like he wasted over half his trans just to get out of spawn. You got to realize that too. Trans is such a valuable ultimate, and to use it like that, there's such niche situations that you use trans that way.
Okay.
Alright.
Like it is just too valuable to waste. So like, if you guys are pushing in and you're the only one in a dragon, because I know you've done this, Fatigue, and you trans because there's a dragon on you. You're giving, like, dragon's such a garbage fucking ultimate. It has such a low value, but you give it such high value by doing that. And like I said, like, if you have a mercy, just die. There's no need to trans. You're just gonna be res.
Can we do Ilya?
I can maybe do like one more map and then I gotta head out.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I can do one more. My brain is not.
Dude,
Um,
okay,
We
I
just did
need
2 hours of this, so we're gonna leave it at that and end it on a snow.
I want
We've done
Ilya.
4
If
hours.
If anybody wants to continue going over stuff like this, we can go over it, and I'll
I
go
kinda
over
want to.
specifically with them.
Yeah,
Okay.